Since William the Bastard died, and Rufus ascended to the throne, his decisions have been as wild and varied as the wind. Perhaps he sees her as a threat.
I don't see why. My sister has no inclination towards regaining the throne of my father. And besides, I am the heir to the Tewdwr dynasty, not her.
That may be so, but don't forget, she shares the same bloodline as you, and is descended directly from Howell Tha. She is already 21, yet still unwed. Should she marry and have a son, your kinsman could see him as the true King of Wales and rally behind his name. By taking her into his custody, Rufus has denied the Welsh that possibility.
Taru's eyes widened with anger. If he harms a single hair on her head, I swear he will feel my blade between his shoulders, king or no king.
Cool your anger, Taru, responded Mercat. Your enemy is in London, not Ireland. Anyway, I doubt your sister is in danger, for her death could raise the ire of your countrymen, and Rufus can't risk that. I suspect she will be trained in the ways of the English court, and perhaps married off to a suitable English noble.
She would never do that, growled Taru. She would spit in the face of any Englishman seeking her hand.
And since when have women had any say in who they wed? Asked Mercat.
You don't know Nesta,
said Taru, recalling the many fights he and his sister had shared as children.
She looks like an angel, and fights like a wildcat.
He smiled wryly. Although he worried for his sister, of all the people he knew, she would be able to look after herself. Perhaps so, but this is the King of England we are talking about. He will suffer no such tantrums. He would have her beaten unto a whisker of her life should she rebel. No, I suspect her life will now be planned out before her.
To serve the English is a fate worse than the most awful death, said Taru quietly.
Perhaps. But see the good that comes out of this. At least she is alive. The last thing you want is to lose another sibling, especially after the deaths of your brothers.
I have another brother.
Ah yes, the missing Howell. But my boy, nobody has seen him since the year you were born. Surely you do not think he is still alive? Do not set your heart upon ever seeing him again, for though it pains me to say, it is unlikely he has survived being held hostage for this long.
I will not believe it until I hear someone say that they saw him killed, said Taru, his voice trembling. For many was the night I overheard my father recount rumours from travellers who told of a captured prince deep in the dungeons of an English castle. He searched for years, but though Howell was never found, the stories persisted. And one day, I swear on my father's grave, I will find him.
Mercat sighed and stared at the boy. You are a stubborn young man, Taru, he said, but I admire your spirit. For a while, Taru allowed his mind to slip back to the time when he was a young boy. The many days he spent hunting alongside his father in the forest of the Highbath, and the long winter evenings before the fire in the main hall, wrapped in the protective arms of his mother. Taru, interrupted Mercat, you do understand what is happening here?
Yes, said Taru. But what news of my mother?
She is to travel with Nesta as her chaperone. Your lands at both Carew and Dynefwr are to be stewarded by a man going by the name of Marcus Freeman. Do you know of him? Taru thought back, remembering the times the Welsh nobleman had rode alongside his father as his trusted man, and had been responsible for bringing the reinforcements to the Battle of Mynydd Carn, just in time to avoid a disastrous defeat. Subsequently, he had gone on to fight alongside Tewdwr in many other conflicts until the king fell at the Battle of Brycheiniog.
I do,
he said eventually.
He was a loyal kinsman to my father, and has since proved a trustworthy steward to my mother.
Then your family's lands are in good hands until she returns. Taru nodded and silence fell between them. There is something on your mind, said Mercat eventually. Out with it.
My lord, replied Taru after a few moments, I have spent much time recently thinking about my father. My heart is heavy, and I yearn to avenge him.